So welcome everybody to the Gwemwin Guys podcast.
Gwemwin Guys.
Yeah, I made the stream title today like Gwemwin Guys podcast.
Wise.
Gwemwin.
Goo.
Yeah, Gwemwin.
We're gonna
Guwai.
be mining wars.
Yeah. I already regret this decision.
Casting.
I already regret this decision.
We're gonna talk about Genshin Impact.
I already regret everything.
You chose this live tuner. You chose this world tuner. I'm just living in it.
God. Okay. Well. God. So you wanted to talk about the Abyss. In fact, you made me do the Abyss so that we could talk about the Abyss.
Yes.
Which, let me just first of all say,
Yeah.
I had a hell of an experience with the Abyss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was in there trying to stream it. And because, I mean, I already woke up. I'm not going to lie. I already woke in kind of a shit-ass mood.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then, you were like, oh, yeah, you should probably do the Abyss. Yeah, you said that the night before I woke up. And you were like, oh, you should probably do the Abyss so we have some things to talk about. And I'm like, okay. Well, I guess I got to do that on stream. You already know how much I love doing the Abyss on stream.
Lol. Yep.
So I woke up in a shit-ass mood, and then I had to do a shit-ass thing.
I'm sorry.
And then, you know, I was sitting there, and I had never done the Abyss, and I as you know, like, I didn't do the Inazuma content until, like, fucking Saturday.
Right.
So, like, 2 days.
So new enemy types you're unfamiliar with and whatnot.
I'd never even fought a Pyro Cube before, which was very clearly evident to the stream by the fact that when I walked in, the G showed up.
Yeah.
So everybody knew it was my first time fighting it. And they're just
How long did it take you to figure out the fucking fire shield mechanic?
Well, and they're just sitting there like, oh, Keck, he doesn't even have Hydro. Oh, he doesn't even know. Oh, I can't wait to see this. Oh, he's gonna fucking lose. Oh, God, how this is gonna take forever. You know, like they were just fucking being assholes.
Oof.
And I'm just sitting here like, all right. I mean, because you know me, I read the chat while I'm playing the game. So I'm reading this the entire time I'm playing. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well. Yeah, I try to see what I can do. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Like, I've never seen this. You know, usually the Geo Cubes have an attack phase and a damage phase. You just attack them while they're, you know, and then spend the rest of the time dodging. And yeah, that's not how the Pyro Cube works.
Nope.
And
not until you break the shield, at least.
Yeah. And yeah, I just fucking I ended up going, I was like, dude, I thought you guys were like, I thought I fostered a better community than this. Like, guys are kind of being shitty assholes right now.
Oof.
And then you know, I rearranged some shit, and I like, honestly, I went back into it at whatever. I like changed some things around and like walked back into the Abyss. I'm like, you know what? Never mind. You guys win. I'm out. I ended stream.
Oof.
Yeah, it's like it was an hour. I'm just like, dude, I'm done with you guys today. I'm not gonna be here for that shit.
Oof.
And then I beat it off stream. Just kind of sat down and fucking beat it. And
yeah, actually was able to focus properly and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not having a good time on that day.
Oof. I'm sorry. Well, you're allowed to have off days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Despite what anyone may say.
Yeah. No, I fucking. And then people were like, oh, was it because we told him what he needed to do? It's like, no, it's not because anybody told me what I needed to do. You know, giving me helpful suggestions. But being like, hey, streamer, you're probably going to need to, like, bring Hydro. And, like, this fight is different. So, you know, read the tip, or, you know, just like, here's how you do it, is a lot different than, oh my god, this guy's an idiot, he didn't even bring Hydro. Like, yeah, that is not the same thing.
Yup. One of these two things is toxic.
Oh right, yeah, you're on a schedule, so
yeah, so we just gotta move.
Yeah,
gotta move. Gotta
schmoove.
Gotta schmoove.
But whatever.
how did you feel about 12? Because 12 is like the interesting one out of like 12 is the interesting one this Abyss rotation.
Trying to remember what 12 was.
So 12 was the high tide and low tide thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if there's like a mechanic specifically where like is it per character you can get energy, or is it just on a cooldown when you can get energy?
It's just on the cooldown, 2.6 seconds. When you hit an enemy every 2.6 seconds during high tide, it just dumps 10 energy worth of clear particles.
I noticed it really didn't matter for my Bennett swap team because you know I already basically auto attack in between everything anyways.
Yeah.
So I really didn't see any issues with that. And then my Gene, which I'm still using that stupid ass Gene Beidou official Shangling team, which is terrible. But that creates so much energy anyways that it doesn't really matter. But
well, yeah. I mean, the thing about the new one is that in terms of absolute energy made, if you time things right, you get like twice as much energy as you normally would before.
Yeah.
The thing about it is you have to like adjust your rotations for the timing, which you might have done instinctually.
Yeah.
As you tend to do. But basically, because during the 10 seconds of low tide, you can't gain any energy, you need to basically not burn any of your elemental skills during that time. But because you're getting so much energy during like the high tide phase,
Yeah.
like ideally what you do is like you try to like do your ult rotation and whatnot during low tide, and then you just use your elemental skills during high tide on top of normal attacking occasionally, just so you can get like the chunks of particles. And like I was chatting with looking at some stuff in Keck mains, and people were running shit like 130 ER Jingchos and shit like that because there's so much energy. But if you don't adapt your timing properly, because like the first rotation gets kind of scuffed, right? Because your first rotation, you're burning all your ults, right?
Right.
So by the time you're done with your first ult rotation, you've got like 4 to 2 seconds left on high tide. And that's not enough time for you to like spam all of your abilities and pick up all the particles.
Yeah.
So like you end up having to kind of do like a 30-second rotation for the first rotation instead of like a 20 seconds. Because during low tide, you don't really want to burn your elemental skills unless they're short cooldowns, because you need them on high tide to regen. So you don't really get to you do your first rotation in the first 10 seconds, and you have to wait for like 30 seconds to be able to do your next rotation of ults. It makes things a little weird, but once you like adjust for the timing of it, it's a lot easier than just dry clearing because of how much energy you're getting. I really like this new mechanic because it kind of changes up gameplay a lot.
I was wondering if this is one of those things that I'm just instinctively adapting to it.
That's what I think you're probably doing, is you're instinctively adapting. You're probably like, after a few times of you like doing shit in low tide and nothing happening, your brain's probably just like, okay, yeah, no, don't do this during low tide, and you probably naturally adjusted to timing your ults properly.
Is this like what happened when I fought Dancer?
Yeah, basically. Basically.
I didn't notice that anything was wrong. I just kind of did it. Oh god. That was still really funny. You're just like, tutor, it's in 3-4 time. Like, I just fought the thing. What are you talking about?
I just beat the thing. It did a thing and I dodged it.
God.
It did the thing and I dodged it. It maybe hit me the first time and I realized the timing was different and then I just dodged it.
That's funny shit.
Yep. I'm just like, oh man, the dancer's in the different like time signature than the other monsters, so it's more difficult to time your dodges against them appropriately, and that's a really cool, interesting thing about its design. And Tuna's just like, unga bunga, me dodge hit thing.
Press X to dodge, dude. Just press X.
Press X to dodge, easy.
I don't get what the issue is. Just press X to dodge.
LOL.
Oh fucking hell. But yeah, no, yeah. Oh yeah. Then they had the Magu Tenki or Magu Kinki. But he
Yeah,
still
yeah,
has his
yeah.
10-second wind up at the beginning.
Yeah. Like his attacks are scary, but Jesus Christ, it's like every attack he does is an Animo boxer punch. Once you figure out the timing, it's just like you can't touch me.
Yep. Yeah. What else was there? Yeah, I can't really remember.
Yeah, the actual enemies themselves were kind of whatever. Honestly, the only one I kind of had a bit of a challenge 3-starring was the first chamber.
Mm-hmm.
The rest I cleared with like a solid like minute plus left over.
Mm.
The first one was the only one, and that's because like the first half is like a bunch of the samurai units.
Mm-hmm.
And grouping them is a fucking bitch and a half because they all use their EI slash attack that moves them around everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was using Morgana for that team, and Morgana still works in the current Abyss, but it is kind of designed to make Morgana not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like primarily enemies that get sucked very weakly.
Yeah.
Like Inazuma enemies kind of directly make Venti harder to use. He doesn't necessarily make him that bad, but it makes him harder to use because they get very lightly sucked by him.
Mm-hmm.
So like you need to be careful about your timing to make sure you're timing like the ults for like when after they've done EI slashes so they don't move around as much and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which, you know, makes them more challenging to use. And to a lot of people, they're like, Venti's useless now because these new enemies don't get sucked up and you can't just press Q and not pay attention.
Yeah.
But, like, he's still good against them. You just actually have to try now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things is probably where,
yeah.
You know, the current Abyss is best suited to whatever character they're releasing so that you...
Ish? Yeah, I don't know. Ayaka's, like... So I actually ended up getting Ayaka.
Oh, nice.
Because I decided that, like, I'm on my, like, guaranteed. It's not a 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I've gotten enough... I had gotten enough primos from, like, the Inazuma content that I could pull an Ayaka and still have, like, 180 pulls left over for any future characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided I just really didn't want... I really didn't want Yoimiya.
Yeah.
Like, even if they buff her from, like, the numbers that she had in, like, the trial.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want another Pyro DPS, and she's, like, purely single target anyway.
Yep.
And, like, I just don't have any, like, no matter how, like, impressive they may buff her personal damage or some shit for her, or if they change, like, the ICD on her abilities or whatever, like, no matter how good she ends up being, she's still gonna be locked to single target. And that's a huge problem.
Yeah.
So I decided I just don't want Yoimiya. I might as well get Ayaka so I can run Morgana. Because it's funny.
You're gonna still try to roll for Sayu?
Yeah, I'm still gonna roll for Sayu because it's Sayu.
Because it's Lily Pichu.
Well, any of the 4 stars I'm rolling for, just because, like, they're easier to get.
Yeah. So you got your Ayaka.
Yeah. I got her to, a 5888. Been using her in the overworld since, you know, friendship, but she's actually really fun to play.
Makes
she's not
traversing around Inazuma a lot easier, I bet.
Yeah, but like you start to learn very quickly which terrain has tiny ledges she can't go up.
Yeah.
You learn that very quickly and start learning to identify those as you like dodge around them. Like right here, this tiny little gray rock here, if she hit this, she would stop. And the fun thing about Ayaka, honestly, is that she's actually a bit more challenging compared to some other characters from a positional standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you kind of have to position yourself so that when you, like, do your dash, you'll still land your AoE on the enemy, so it refunds the 10 stamina. And on top of that, her ult has, like, such slow movement and relatively small AoE, you have to be pretty precise in the angle you're launching it at to make sure it actually hits stuff. And I'm not running a freeze team on her for the overworld right now because, like, all my Hydro units are already at Friendship 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to, like, not waste friendship points.
You're ratchet and clanking it.
Yeah, I'm ratchet and clanking it. So, like, because of that, I am experiencing what Ayaka is like without a freeze team, and Jesus fucking Christ, is it garbage.
Oh,
Like, Ayaka has to run freeze teams to be effective. Like, it's like the same thing with, like, the Venti ult, right? When you whiff your Ayaka ult, she's lost, like, 50% or more of her damage. And if an enemy isn't frozen, like, there is a certain, like, with good play, there is a certain amount of duration of her ult you can guarantee will hit a unit. But especially against the samurai units, like, there is a good chance that you'll end up whiffing them because they'll dash away. Or they just walk out of it. On top of that, the knockback on it is actually a bit higher than the forward velocity on it. So even if you end up staggering them during her ult, they'll often end up getting knocked out of it for a part of the duration. Because the stagger on the knockback is actually higher on small enemies in the big samurai than its forward velocity is. So yeah, without I did an Abyss run to fuck around with it where I replaced Venti with Ayaka in the Morgana team.
Yeah.
Or in my case, Morgenti team, since it was
Stop
Mona,
with the
Ganyu,
stupid name.
LOL. It was Ayaka, Ganyu, Mona, and Bennett. And like honestly, it ran really well once I learned to set up the rotation properly. The challenging part of that is making sure you freeze the units in the proper location before you land the Ayaka ult and making sure you're positioned for it. Because you don't have a Venti for grouping anymore. But it works very well. It's just it's a lot of fucking damage. It's a lot of fucking damage. And they actually have apparently surprisingly 2 decent like Blizzard Strayer 4 sets to run between the 2 of them.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have a really good full.
It's not as good as my like single best full one, but when I spread it between the 2 of them, they both end up like around 30 CR to like 190, 200 CD. With attack sands. And like one of them, and like Ayaka gets like 35% ER. So, you know, ends up being like an 80, 190, 200 ratio with the Blizzard Strayer set active.
They're not that good, he says.
I mean, to give context, my best Blizzard Strayer set has like 130% attack, including like the flat attack from the feather, and a 52 210 ratio without a crit weapon. My Blizzard Strayer set is like for some reason really cracked.
Wow. I can get that out of some mix sets that don't create any bonuses.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And mine is a 4 set for Blizzard Strayer, the most broken set in the game. It's part of the reason my Ganyu is so cracked. I think more accurately, it's like a 185 or something CD. It's just that, you know, both Ganyu and Ayaka have a CD Ascension stat.
Well, I did have a quick thing. Because some people are like, oh, I thought you guys weren't making videos anymore. So, this is basically a VOD upload.
Yeah, basically. This is not the same as like making a video.
Yeah,
by any means.
I know some people's content might be about this level, but
LOL.
No kidding. No, but
some people's content might be just VOD uploads, but we put time into scripting and testing, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so this
wank
is...
wank 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 wank.
Yeah, wank
yes.
wank 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 wank. Gunter, why did you gunt my fries? I gunted them, and they were mine.
They were mine, and Gunt was mine.
Wank.
Wank. Oh yeah, one more interesting thing about the Abyss, because I've been seeing like a bit of disparity in terms of like difficulty for it. And I think Tenten and Zajef both came to the same conclusion on their analysis of this. But the new, like the previous Abyss was something like 1.7 million total damage needed to clear. And this current one is like 2.2 million or something. So there's a significantly higher DPS check for this Abyss than the last one. And I've been seeing some free-to-plays on like Twitter and shit like that, complaining about the DPS check increase. But part of the reason I like this new Abyss is because, like I said, if you learn to adapt to the new timings on the current Abyss for your ultimate usage and all that kind of shit, if you adapt to the new timings, you can run significantly less ER and just burst constantly off cooldown. Like, this new Abyss, once you get used to the timing, is just, like, spamming ults. Like, there were a bunch of people who I saw who just like, gave up on their old teams and just ran, like, double carry shit or, like, just ran swap teams because they could without having to worry about energy issues.
Yeah, swap teams do really good.
Yeah.
I just wish I had a second swap
I feel
team.
like... Yeah. So, I feel like this. Part of the reason I like this new Abyss so much is yes, the damage check is higher, but you are enabled to do a lot more damage once you get familiar with the mechanics of 12. And so I think that's good because I just think that's good design personally. They're not just increasing like the difficulty of it. They're specifically giving us mechanics to like match that increased difficulty. But yeah, I just thought that was neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how to put together another swap team, honestly, because I've got
the obvious choice would be like Geo swap.
Yeah.
Since like Geo dump truck is a thing.
Yeah.
Where you just run
Ning
like
Albedo?
Ning Albedo like Zhongli and you're just like fucking dumping. You're just basically spamming ults.
Yeah.
So you're just spamming like 40-second ults constantly.
40 cost.
40 cost, sorry.
I was gonna say, if we have a 40-second ult. Oof.
That shit better be like one rotation.
That shit better
OP.
just insta-kill everybody in the room.
Right.
We literally get an Archon of Death, and he just presses a button, and once every 60 seconds just kills everything in the room.
LOL.
But it always starts with, like, no matter what in the Abyss, it always starts with no energy. And
Oh,
it's like,
no.
It's like 120 cost.
Yeah.
Something.
Just a full bat team for them.
Yeah, fucking full fab bow team. Full fab.
Yep.
You
It's
get
like this
5
old school Yu-Gi-Oh decks that just try to build Exodia, and
Yeah.
it's just a race against time to see if you can build it before they win.
Yeah.
LOL.
So anyway, you got any more on Inazuma, anything like that?
Not really. I finished most of the world quests. I've got like 6 that I need to find or something
Yeah.
to finish up. I'm still trying to figure out where the fuck the wards are for the Sakura cleansing ritual quests. I found both of the new shrines, but I cannot find the wards to save my life.
I assume they're somewhere around the shrines.
Yeah, they should be somewhere around the shrines, and I talked with like the quest giver, and she said that you need to like find the Sky Kitsune and the Earth Kitsune to find the wards, which are like the memento lens scannable kitsunes, but I haven't been able to find the ones that like reveal the wards, if that is how it works.
Ah.
Oh, look for big... Right, damn it, that's probably why I'm missing it. Someone, Free Kill X1 Alpha said look for the big fox statues. I had forgotten that in the first one, you had to find the big fox statue, not the little ones. That makes sense.
This man said free kill X1
X1 Alpha.
Truly, Jinx, you are assembled in an unusual fashion.
LOL. What would you call them? Just free kill?
Yeah, free kill.
But they made an entire name. I'm sure they want the whole name to be spoken out.
Anyway.
LOL. But yeah, That makes sense. I had forgotten about the large kitsune thing because I did the Sakura cleansing quest like the first day of Inazuma. So it's been weeks since I had to do it. Because I decided to save it for last for some fucking reason. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah, speaking, is my whole fucking 12... So I did that 12-hour subathon thing. 12-hour minimum with 5 minutes added per sub. Terrible idea. I needed to either do like 4 hours with 5 minutes added per sub or 12 hours with 1 minute added per sub. Whew, that was 20 hours later.
Oof. 20 hours later.
Yeah, no, that sucked.
Yup.
But I got all of the story done. I got a bunch of like little side stuff too, a bunch of little quests.
Yeah.
But
I still need to like, I've like, at this point also progressively clearing through trying to get every chest. I've already 100%ed, what's the area called? Narakumi Island. Wait, no, what? Wait, it went from 100% to 72%. What the fuck is this? What happened?
get fucked.
It said 100% yesterday.
Get fucked.
Let's see. Watch the Shek said most free-to-play players don't have the artifacts or weapons to be able to adjust their ER, so for most of them, this is just straight power creep. On the Abyss, that's a fair point. Hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I guess if you aren't able to like adjust your ER appropriately, because you don't have like the attack sands you need to replace the ER sands you're used to using, then you don't. Then like the new high tide mechanic doesn't really help you at all. Interesting. That's a fair point.
The
Wait, it shows the host's
Yeah,
percentage.
yeah.
Your Narukumi's at 72%.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, that is acceptable. Well, to say I fucking like grid searched the fuck out of that place. How am I missing anything?
But yeah, no. So I did that 20 hours of Inazuma.
Yup.
And it was alright. All right.
Yep.
Story was
It's
all
a
right.
neat. Yeah, it's a neat area. I'm
Ayaka's
enjoying the
cute.
lore
Ayaka's
personally. Ayaka is a cutie. Little Hime cutie.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, she had a good story. She reminds me of Noelle.
Yeah. One of those little sweetheart characters.
Yeah, sweetheart character.
Must be protected, but doesn't need to be protected.
Yeah, must be protect but doesn't need protect. Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much. Then ooh. Did you just do 18k in that dash, or did I misread that?
Yeah.
Damn.
My Zhao's running a Homer right now, so
Damn.
So what's for dinner tonight, Puff Mama? Chili?
just to make the farming a little bit faster, I'm running Homer on Zhao since I'm using him and Ayaka right now. My friendship team for farming right now on commissions is Zhao, Ayaka, Lisa, and Bennett. And the reason I'm using Bennett is because literally every healer I have is friendship 10, so I might as well use Bennett.
Yep.
I'll switch him out for Sayu once I get her next banner, but
Hey Stormhawk, thank you for the sub, man.
thanks for the sub.
I forgot to mute my alerts.
Oh no. Oh shit, I fell.
You
Shit, I
fell. Goodbye.
No. I gotta wait for my stamina to come back up. Is Jinx pulling for Mommy Raiden? I don't know. Honestly. Since I don't really care about not looking at leaks anymore, I did take a look at her kit.
I have no
What's
idea.
known about her kit so far. She seems really interesting. I just don't know how much I care about actually running her and the kinds of teams she'll run.
Yeah.
She looks super interesting. She's kind of like she's like built for double carry teams, which is kind of why I don't want to get her. Like her ult is like. Do you care if I tell you?
Sure, go for it.
Her ult's at least at current is like a 7-second stance conversion thing that generates energy for your team.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like built to replace your carry during her ult, and then you gotta fill the fucking other 13 seconds of time.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like she's kind of like built for double carry teams. And I just don't really like double carry teams on principle. So shrug. I don't know if I'm actually interested in Raiden personally. I think she'll be a really neat character. She's gonna be really interesting to theorycraft and everything. I just don't think I'm gonna be interested in playing her.
Okay.
But she like, it seems obvious that like, no matter what, she's there to like replace your carry for 7 seconds and bat your Beto.
Hmm.
I think Raiden's gonna be strong on virtue of being able to run the full damage Beto more than anything.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I don't know. She looks neat. I just don't know if I'm actually interested in playing her.
Yeah, I haven't. I still just don't really care about leaks. Just not something
Yeah.
I really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm waiting for a new good support character or for Kazuha to rerun at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I think.
I just don't care for new carries. Ayaka aside, because Morgana Aya is really funny to run. But
Yeah, if I had to change it, I think the only 5-star I would have pulled for would be Kazuha. Like out of every
yeah,
5-star.
because you
I
you
have.
just run 4 stars anyway.
Yeah, I pretty much just run 4 stars anyways. And Kazuha's just a really fancy 4-star.
Yep.
That's basically all he is.
Yep. He just does things that the 4-star units do, but like 15 to 20% better.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He does what Sucrose does for a lot of teams, but 15 to 20% better. He does what Zhangling does for Ganyu Melt teams, but 15 to 20% better.
Yep.
He just does he does, and same for like regular reverse melt teams. Like,
Yeah, I've actually been not using his hold E. I've just been using Tap E because it lines up better for my teams. even though
rotations. Yeah, that's part of the issue with Kazuha is like his double charge E is like really good, and like helps fund his ult. But it takes up so much goddamn field time.
Yeah.
A double, like the Saxor double charge E plus ult takes like 6 seconds of fucking field time. And like, especially for something like a Ganyu melt team, that's so much like setup time you're taking away from like Ganyu.
Doesn't matter for
Or melt?
my team though. The Bennett.
Yeah, for
Kaya
your melt
Rosard.
swap team? Yeah. For
So-
melt swap team, it doesn't matter because you have 6-second cooldowns anyway.
Yeah, as long as those ults are down.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I could go back in time, the only 5 stars I pull for would be Ganyu and Venti. That's it.
Yeah, see, my Venti's still level 60. I haven't even leveled him up.
Yeah. Venti, like, from a pure power level perspective, he just still like he trivializes so much content.
Yeah.
Abyss as well. Like, I did kind of have to adapt to the new enemies in floor 12, but once I did, he's still fucking busted against them.
Mm.
You just have to, like, kind of learn how to time his ult properly and position it properly, because, like, you can't just, like, press the button and everyone gets sucked into it and, like, you just keep doing your rotations. You actually have to, like, think about how you're using his ult. Which I don't think is a problem. I'm in the ground.
So I finally changed the Discord a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I might have gotten rid of something I didn't mean to, but wasn't really thinking about it at the time. I got rid of the math dump. I basically cleaned out a bunch of channels that I didn't think were being really used or didn't
I mean,
really
makes sense, yeah.
whatever. And I got rid of the math dump for Monster Hunter. And people were like,
mean,
"Oh, I still
yeah.
use that." I'm like, what? Why?
LOL.
I remember like the siege discussion. People like, is the siege discussion gone? I'm like, people still do Colv? What the fuck?
People still, Monster Hunter World still has like more players than Rise
yeah,
does
I know.
at this point.
No,
Like people
yeah.
still play World.
Yeah. No, so I condensed it down to just Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Stories 2. Like that's
Yeah.
all the rooms that there are.
Yeah.
And nobody's used Rise since like yesterday, but Stories and World are like
Yeah,
constantly
just
being,
fucking yep.
it's ridiculous.
That's funny.
Rise got done bad. I wonder what's gonna happen when it comes out on PC.
That's funny. Funny Valentine said, I want to roll for Ganyu because when she has a rerun, because I need meta characters to secure 36-star Abyss every Abyss now, but I'm afraid Mihoyo is just going to release the enemies that are either frozen, like how they did Venti Dirty by releasing a bunch of enemies that can't be CC'd. Yes, but Ganyu also can always just run, like, melt teams.
Yeah.
In fact, I think in this new Abyss, melt might actually be better than freeze, honestly. Just because there's a lot more, like, single enemies with a lot of HP that you just kind of want to melt, and then all the other small enemies just kind of die as a consequence of your splash damage. Like, Melt Ganyu is, at the very least, faster at killing big Semamurais.
Semamurais?
Semamurais.
Why?
I don't know. Because I didn't get much sleep. Speaking of which, let me get some caffeine real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, like Watch Tashek said, the maiden HP in 12-1 is pretty crazy, so like Melt Ganyu's really good at shredding her.
Ah, I see.
I like dealing 150k a shot. It's nice. Although I guess the only thing I'll say about Melt Ganyu is, like, Melt Ganyu is the only time I run Zhongli. Because he is basically the best fourth for that team. Without him, you kind of want to run, like, Dion or something, because you do want a shield for Melt Ganyu.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little difficult to run without a shield on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Which ends up making the team weird, because now you're running double healer, but, you know, whatevs. You're running a Bennett. You have to run, like, Bennett for jungling anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess if you have a Kazuha, you can run like fucking Amber. Can I remind Jinx that he's a coward for no C6ing his Bennett as every week? Yes, you can remind me that. I am a coward and I'm happy about it. I just wish they added more floors instead of making the existing one harder. I actually kind of agree with that. For non-like early players, for non-early players who are free to play, 36 star in current Abyss is definitely going to be very difficult, if even reasonable.
That was funny. Did you see us standing on each other's head?
Yeah, I saw you standing on my head there.
Wait, I was standing on your head.
Yeah, you were standing on my head there.
But you were standing on my head.
Oh. I think it's probably a little desync latency thing.
Huh. Okay. Well, we exist in two world lines, and they're intersecting. Hacking to the gate.
The question is, which is the best ending?
The one where we intertwined together and became one. Did you see that on your screen, or was that just mine?
Nah, in mine, you just ran off my head.
Yeah, in mine, I like sunk into the ground and then I rose up and we like became each other.
LOL.
That was very interesting. Okay.
All right.
So yeah. Sponsor today, as always, the fans. And speaking of fans. Speaking of fans, how do you feel about Back for Blood?
I don't know anything about it, but I know Danny wants to play it.
Danny got
Tell me about. Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me about Back 4 Blood, Tuner.
It's basically Left 4 Dead 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've ever played Left 4 Dead.
Didn't Left 4 Dead 3 get canceled when it was basically finished?
I have no idea. I know they like randomly a year or two ago released a bunch of new content for it or something. Left 4 Dead 2. that may have been like the remnants of Left 4 Dead 3 or something.
Yeah.
And they were just like, ah, fuck it. But
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god, this aura's immortal.
Yeah,
Not taking any damage.
I saw that too.
What the fuck? Oh god, you're invisible.
What?
Alright, moving on.
Fuck it.
Fucking server latency craziness.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if you want to sit down, I think there's a beta for it or like free test or something this weekend. So I mean, I think we need to do it like in the next couple of days. But
I guess my question is, when would we be able to do it? Because like part of the reason I haven't really been able to play much stuff with Danny is just like difficulty timing him being online when I am actually able to be online with work and everything.
Okay.
Cause like I'm working every day from like 4, I have to leave at 3 though, to like midnight. And then like Sunday is like when I hang out with like my local peeps, so I'll be off all of Sunday. So I just don't know, like I would like to play it with you guys, I just don't know when I would actually be able to, schedule wise.
Well, if it's only this weekend, then maybe we just can't do it, but
Yeah.
you in position?
Yeah, I'm in position.
Friend
Oh,
is
Danny's
already,
on vacation, time isn't an issue.
friend is already in a co-op? Wait, what?
What?
So friend is already in a co-op.
Weird. Let me quit and relog in, I guess.
No. Hold on, let me I was in a co-op, so let's see if that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
You did.
relogging anyway.
Okay. Shit. So yeah. No, other than that, I did Returnal yesterday, which is a PS5 roguelike. It's quote unquote the AAA roguelike.
Yeah. I've heard about it. I don't actually know much about Returnal at all. I've just heard about it and how everyone's like, I would play Returnal on my PS5 if I had one.
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way. You can join.
Psychological thriller.
Oh, neat.
Roguelike. I'm gonna try not to spoil anybody on it. I've got one ending left after 12 hours of gameplay. And that was all stream gameplay, so frankly, I could have done it a lot faster if I wasn't streaming.
Right.
And I don't know if that's more of a I'm good at these kind of games, so I was able to take the whatever amount of luck I had in my runs and carry it all the way through.
Yeah.
Because there was basically like 2 runs where I went all the way through and never like I there were areas that I saw for the first time and I beat them that time. And then like went all the way through. And
I mean, as we discussed before, you are a very fast to adapt and learn gamer. So you first clearing like new areas doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You're not like me where I kind of have to like observe and like learn the patterns of things and develop counter strategies because I don't have a lot of like quickly adapting, good reaction like kind of mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just can't tell if it's like that or if the game was gonna be naturally short to people. I've heard a lot of people say that this game is really hard.
Gotcha. But to be fair, people say Dark Souls is hard too.
Yeah, like they say the game is like unreasonably hard, and
yeah,
I wasn't feeling that.
To be fair though, since it is the AAA roguelike, AAA games are very easy.
Yeah.
Because they have to be to have the broadest appeal.
Yeah.
So a lot of the markets probably like not used to like I would like, you know, Souls Souls, Neo, old Ninja Gaiden, like those kinds of like higher difficulty curves. People aren't really used to that in like the AAA market, so that might be why.
But I mean, in general, I thought it was a really good game, just as far as like,
yeah,
the gameplay felt really tight, the iframes felt good. There was
good.
lots of
That's really important in a game like that.
lots of platforming puzzles, which you would hate, but I enjoyed.
LOL.
Lots of shit where you can optimize like how you run through a room based on, you know, where you jump, how long you've jumped, when you dash, how long you dash. And just feels really fluid. There was a part that I had extreme issue with though.
Yeah.
There was a box of cereal in that game.
Okay.
And this box of cereal had a serving size of 3/4 of a cup for 90 calories.
Yeah.
And it was sugar coated. I said, what kind of fucking cereal is this sugar coated cereal that has 90 calories a serving? Are you kidding me? This cereal is impossible. I went on like a freaking 10-minute tangent on how I went and grabbed some cereal from my freaking cupboard, like some Kashi fucking organic shit, because I'm bougie.
Yeah.
And like that shit had 200 calories per
Kashi's
serving.
good shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, this cereal is impossible. It doesn't exist. It's this is the sign that reality isn't real. None of this other crap. This cereal is impossible.
LOL. That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be saying it's sugar coated, but it's actually a no-calorie sugar substitute, maybe.
It was sugar coated and it contained peanuts. What kind of sugar coated peanut cereal are kids eating? Like, this was impossible. Like, what the fuck?
90 calories.
90
LOL.
calorie sugar coated peanuts contains peanut cereal. What kind of fucking world do we exist in right now? It's impossible. It's impossible. This means that this proves that we're
Tuner, the rest of the cereal that isn't sugar and is not peanuts is made of celery.
I fucking guess.
The rest is all negative calories.
It proves that we were in the Matrix the whole time. Like, reality wasn't real. This was my red-dressed woman. Like...
Amazing.
It unreasonably distracted me.
It broke your immersion so hard.
Yeah. No, it really fucking did.
That's hilarious.
But no, just in general, very good game. But
that's good.
The biggest issue I've heard with it is a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah.
And normally I don't have a problem with exclusives. You know, it's like, you want a boxer engine in your car? Go get a Subaru or a Porsche. Deal with it. Sorry, you don't have an option for it on your Toyota unless you buy an 8.6, I guess. But you know, it's just exclusivity is not a big deal for me. But that is assuming that PS5s are readily available to purchase by the public, which they are not.
Yeah.
And so, I can definitely see why it's annoying that it's a PS5 exclusive, because it is a pretty good game, especially if you like roguelikes.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Where the fuck are we? Okay.
Got lost for a second.
I thought we were north of here.
LOL. Yeah, me too for a second, because I saw you running to the left, and I was like, oh, we're north of here. Wait a second.
Yeah.
You confused me.
Yeah. But
hence the whole meme of I will play Returnal on my PS5 if I had one.
Yeah. Speaking of roguelikes, I've been thinking about doing another subathon, but instead of doing Inazuma or whatever, I do a roguelike subathon. Where every time I die, I play a different, like an RNG roguelike. We'll have like a wheel of roguelikes. You know how we used to do like the mix sets? The wheel for Monster Hunter? Like do that for a roguelike. And then maybe have like $20, you instantly kill me, and I have to play a different roguelike or something.
LOL.
Like something stupid like that.
Yeah.
And
Some fan engagement sort of stuff.
yeah, some random crap like that. I thought that'd be fun, but
Sounds like fun. If I was a stream watcher, I'd tune in for that stream.
would you tune her into it?
I'd tune her in. Haha.
Ho.
Ho. We need a long list of roguelikes. Tuner has a long list of roguelikes.
Yeah, FTL, Returnal, Binding of Isaac, Anoita,
Dead Cells.
More than I'm not even thinking of, honestly.
Yep.
So, at least, honestly, at least as long as I've got like 5 or something. I mean, that's gonna be interesting enough.
That's good enough, yeah.
But so other gaming news: Horizon
Does
Zero
XCOM
Dawn
count as a roguelike?
Technically, probably, but also it's
I think it's considered.
50,
It'd probably be,
50
it'd be considered
hour
like
game.
Yeah, it'd be considered like maybe a roguelite because.
Well, all these games are roguelites.
Yeah, well, because like you don't get like XCOM doesn't give you anything that improves future runs.
Yeah, every game is a. Well, then technically that would be a roguelike. Because a roguelike is something that basically people use roguelikes when they actually mean roguelite.
Okay, yeah, I know there's a difference between the two. I just can't remember what the difference is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
roguelikes are when you basically have one run. If you make it, you make it. If you die, but you never have upgrades towards future runs. Every run is exactly the same. A roguelite is when you get upgrades during your run for future runs to be easier.
So I guess the original Rogue didn't have like continual upgrades.
Right, yeah. The original Rogue never had continual upgrades. You had one run and that was it. And then you died, you'd have the same exact setup.
Gotcha.
And everybody has just used rogue likes as a catch-all term. But technically it's incorrect. But it's a colloquialism. It is kind of the language has morphed as language does, and
language evolves.
People are gonna know what you're talking about, and anybody who gets super whatever about it
is a pretentious dick.
The shallow and pedantic.
Yep.
But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn got pushed back.
Oh no.
Yeah, which really sucks because
aren't a lot of AAA games getting pushed back?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Something in one of Yahtzee's podcasts about a lot of games getting pushed back to 2022.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just still COVID related or if it's whatever, but
yeah,
shit's just that one was one I was really excited for.
Oh yeah, I know you were.
But oh well.
You still need to play the DLC for the original one though, don't you?
Yeah, I mean I haven't played the DLC. But
it's good DLC.
But the other thing I had on my list was you missed one, by the way.
Ah shit.
Yeah, it's fine. You're already down.
Yeah, fuck it.
Was Final Fantasy VII. But, and I guess this is a question to everybody in general. Do I need to play Final Fantasy VII, the original PS1 game, before I play Remake?
I think you should watch the relevant cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, not really.
I mean, my friend told me I didn't need to play the entire game. I mean, as long as I just get out of Midgard or whatever. That's what he said.
I mean, true, which is like the first third of the first goddamn disc. But
yeah, so like it doesn't actually need. I don't actually need to play that far.
Yeah, if you want full context to the changes, yes. I don't think it's necessary to have full context to the changes.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to like actually know what's different, you would need to play the full thing and not just like watch the like Final Fantasy VII movie on YouTube where they just go through all the cutscenes.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like Remake's stronger if you don't know the changes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's a strong story in of itself, but like seeing the changes might pull you out of it.
Well, my friend is under the impression that they're kind of pulling like a Steins
Alternate-
Gate kind of thing.
Yeah, an
it's
alternate universe thing. Yeah.
like we're gonna be repairing the timeline or something. And spoilers, Aerith dies. Aerith dies in the first fucking Final Fantasy VII game.
Yeah.
And that basically we're gonna be trying to like repair the timeline so she doesn't die.
Very possible because did you play Crisis Core?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I love
Did you hear
Crisis
about?
Core, and I fucking wish they'd do a remake of that.
Did you hear the like Crisis Core retcon thing in Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, where Zack is alive.
Yeah, where Zack's alive at the end. Yeah.
So
like that's a big suggestion that this might be like an alternate timeline story or something along those lines.
yeah,
Because that's a very important plot point to change.
yeah. I mean, that's the entire reason that Cloud is the way that he is. I mean,
Yeah,
because in
exactly.
Crisis Core, Cloud was, I mean, kind of moody, but I mean, mostly just a guy. You know, he wasn't really
Yeah.
like super
He's a
depressed
soldier.
or anything. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he was just a dude. But then like
Yeah,
afterwards, he kind of got depressed,
Yep.
edgy boy. So I don't know.
He became afraid of getting close to other humans.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Yeah,
so I guess,
there's a lot of changes from from the remake to the original, and like I said, I don't know if it's like for me. It had been so. I haven't played the original Final Fantasy VII since I was literally like in elementary school.
Yeah.
So like I didn't remember a lot of the details about Midgard because it's literally the first goddamn like third of the first disc.
Yeah.
Like I remembered the key plot points and that's it because there wasn't that much to it in the original. And so there were a lot of details in the Final Fantasy VII remake that I didn't remember hadn't happened until like I went back and like talked about the game with people and watched some like YouTube videos and shit about it.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, I felt like I enjoyed the story quite a bit because I didn't notice the differences and I could kind of immerse myself in the story better. So I don't really know if it's stronger or weaker for knowing the actual context of the original game.
Well, I guess let us know in the comments, and I'll try to
Yeah.
read through the chat and shit and see what people think. If it's something where I should play it to get better context, or if I should just not play it so I don't notice there are things that are changed, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my take, but I'm sure people have different opinions on it.
Where did you go?
I went to the wrong place.
Oh, I see. But you playing any games? Anything besides Genshin or?
Nah, I haven't really had the time to, honestly. Been trying to spend time with Jenny and watch stuff with Jenny. We ended up dropping Fate Zero because it got too actiony for Jenny.
Yeah.
She doesn't really like actiony stuff, so.
Yeah. Yeah, the fight scenes are pretty much all Fate has going for it. So if you don't
Yeah, exactly.
like it, then yeah, really
There's like
got
a
nothing.
little bit of like the interpersonal intrigue stuff, but it's definitely minor compared to the fights.
Yeah, if you want interpersonal intrigue and interesting, Steins Gate is great.
Yeah, I want to get her to watch Steins Gate. It's just like the first few episodes are slow, so it might be difficult for her to get through the first few episodes.
Oh yeah, no. The first
It
time
really
I tried
picks up,
watching
yeah.
Steins Gate, I was put off by like the animation. It
Yeah.
just looks like dirty compared to
Yeah.
normal, like most modern anime that has a lot of flashy colors and bright stuff. It's just kind of like this grimy.
It's very, very like normal, I guess.
Yeah. And
There's a
then
distinct lack of fantasy to the aesthetic.
I'm not gonna lie, I was put off by the main character because again,
that's fair.
I'm incredibly I dislike Chuni a lot.
Yeah.
And him just
Yeah.
I am a mad scientist.
Yeah.
So cool. Like if it just
Yeah.
it was like so it took me like 2 times to try to get into it. He's very I just can't do Chuni, dude. I can't.
Yeah, he's super cringe. I don't know, like, it does get really good a few episodes in, and I think I was fortunate when I first started watching Steins Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first started watching it, it's one of those animes that I first started watching on the side screen while doing other stuff. So I kind of just got through the first few episodes without being too bothered by everything.
Mm.
But then, like, once it started really getting into it is when I stopped doing other stuff and actually started paying attention hard to it. So
Yeah.
I kind of was able to get through the first few episodes, like, without being too turned off by it.
Yeah. No. I think that's probably a good way to do it. Just definitely.
Same thing with like Baccano. I feel like the first few episodes of Baccano are really hard to get through because it's confusing as shit.
Uh-huh.
And until they really start getting more into like each individual character's storylines, it's just this fucking mess of like switching to a new scene, a new set of characters like every goddamn 2 minutes. And it's just like the first few episodes of Baccano are a bit difficult to get through unless you really like convoluted shit.
I have no idea what Baccano is.
I believe it's made by the same people who made Durarara, if I remember correctly.
Never seen Durarara.
Well,
I know
both of them-
who like Celti is. Or at least I'm aware of her existence and that she's from
Yeah,
Durarara.
she's like the flagship of Durarara, Celti.
Yeah.
Both of the shows do the whole like multiple main characters, multiple storylines sort of thing. Where like all these different like main characters of their own stories have their separate storylines and they all kind of converge towards the climax of the show.
Oh, so it pulls a Crash.
I'm not familiar with Crash, but sure.
Crash is the movie that they based that one Citadel episode of Rick and Morty on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like vaguely. I mean, there was a bunch of different stories that were pulled together, but at least the cop portion of it, I think. No, the cop portion was something else. No, the cop portion was Training Day, right? No, yeah, cop portion was Training Day. Never mind. But Crash like is basically like fucking like 5 different stories that seem like they're nothing to do with each other, and then at the end they all kind of converge into their own like a thing.
Yeah, the only like movie I'm familiar that's like that I think is called Snatch, where it's like 5 different characters' stories around this like very expensive diamond, and they're all like different parts of the criminal underworld and stuff.
Oh.
And it all kind of converges at the very end in the climax of all their stories finally intersect.
Crash is a movie too. It's a
Yeah, I'm just not familiar with it personally. But yeah, basically both Baccano and Durarara are like that. Like each episode, or like maybe 2 episodes, kind of will follow like will follow a character's like storyline for a bit, and then follow a different character's storyline, and you kind of see how they start intersecting with each other. Some episodes will have like a few scenes kind of switching around and whatnot. And then towards the end is when like everything like coalesces into like the consequences of all of their storylines kind of smash together into the climax.
that's cool.
Which is really interesting. Durarara does a better job with hooking you in the beginning, because the beginning is kind of more like 1 or 2 storylines over the first few episodes. So it's a lot more like... It's a lot more consumable. It's not as much of a fucking mess. And like it makes sense in Baccano because Baccano is literally the like onomatopoeia for like discordant noise. So like it makes sense that like the first few episodes are so goddamn messy, but it does make it a bit hard to get into because they switch through like fucking 4 or 5 character storylines over the course of the first episode, and probably also introduce like another 5 characters on top of that very briefly. So it's like, yeah, it's so much. The first few episodes are so much of Baccano, but the actual like storylines are really good once you get into it.
Monogatari does a similar thing to that, where like there's just a bunch of characters, but at least every season focuses like one character a season.
Yeah, exactly.
Like one character an episode. That'd be that'd fuck me up a little bit.
Yeah.
But Oh shit. Yeah. Other than that, I've been kind of actually started rewatching Harley Quinn.
Oh, okay. Still haven't seen it.
Really good. I would recommend. But there's
It's
a
the
lot
gay
of action.
one, right?
It's not gay at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Then it gets gay.
Gotcha.
But it makes sense that it gets gay. Unlike Korra.
You still haven't seen it, so I'll give you a pass on that, but it makes sense.
Speaking of gay, there's an official gay couple in Owl House.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Lesbian couple.
Yeah.
Again, lesbian couples are the societal accepted gay couple. We can never have male gay couples in media, but whatever.
I mean,
you're sitting here trying to think of one, and you can't because
there's like Will and Grace, I guess.
But... and they're all played as jokes.
Yeah, fair.
You're trying. I know you are.
I mean, Borderlands has a lot of gay relationships of all kinds, but like, it's Borderlands. It doesn't really count.
The news anchors in American Dad, which are played for jokes.
But they're also played as a joke, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if we're talking about like serious like
actual
explorations of like real relationships, then yeah, I can't think of a single example.
Yep. They just don't want to. They just, I don't know, man. That makes me really frustrated. It makes me sad, but oh well. Maybe someday. Pave the way, ladies. We'll get our time.
LOL.
Oh well. But
yeah, I've heard a lot of people too talk about how the gluts, I guess, or like the trends of like lesbian couples being acceptable was largely paved by Steven Universe. I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, I don't know how accurate that is. I've just heard a lot of people attribute that.
I mean, this has been long before Steven Universe ever was made. Like that, lesbian couples had kind of had more
representation,
serious representation, as opposed to fully joking representation.
Yeah, but I guess part of it too is that like we have been like Owl House is a kids cartoon, right?
I hate that term, but sure.
Yes, same, but yeah, it's like I guess the
in the same way that like Steven Universe is a kids cartoon,
right?
Like,
well, yeah,
because I mean, like extremely adult themes, yet it's still a cartoon that airs on a child's network, I guess.
Which is part of the reason why Steven Universe Future was so short, was because it got basically they were like when they didn't want Rebecca Sugar to do the gay wedding episode, but she did the gay wedding episode anyway, so they're like, okay, you get 12 more episodes, then you're done. Which is why Steven Universe Future got kind of rushed.
Oh.
There's a story I heard, at least. Again, not sure how accurate it is, but
I don't know.
But yeah. Because, like, it was kind of a big deal that, like, they weren't allowed to show Korra and Asami kissing at the end of Korra.
Yeah, they held hands.
Like, they held hands instead. Because
I'm pretty sure the first page of the comic is just them fucking smashing
basically,
lips.
Yeah. Basically.
Open the comic. I'm gay.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh, I hope you're still watching Tuca and Birdie.
We are, yeah. He's good, sure.
Oh god.
I don't like Kara.
Oh god,
I do not like Kara.
No,
but I think you're supposed to not like Kara.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like Kara, dude. Or at least I don't. You know, I could tell like fucking. I think it was the episode beforehand. There was like a big red flag, and I think it's like one of those like either you notice it or you don't notice it. I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, oh shit, Kara's gonna be a villain. Like, or at least not a good person.
Was it the part of the party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she just like dismissed her entirely. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, she's not gonna be a good person.
Yep. Not really giving her any time of day.
Yeah.
But then still expecting sexy times afterwards.
Yeah. Speaking of gay,
Yes.
Yes.
Again, speaking of gay.
So I had wrote this down, and I didn't even think about it when I wrote it down. But I wrote Dave Grohl continues to be the best, and that in and of itself, was apparently a joke that I didn't realize I was making. But so he's doing his concerts now, and the Westboro Baptist Church was protesting outside of their concerts like they usually fucking do because they're giant sacks of shit. I think no matter who you are on whatever political spectrum, you can agree the Westboro Baptist Church is kind of a piece of shit.
Yep.
And so but he does this thing where he like trolls them. He's driving through on his fucking truck and he starts playing some music as he drives by. He's like, I thought we should just love everybody. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Love everybody? Instead of hating, you should be dancing. And he starts playing like the Bee Gees fucking, you should be dancing. Yeah. And you can see as these people are like, as he's pulling up, you can see in the video that like some of them are like fucking moving to the music. And he's like, I saw you. You were dancing. Where did you go?
Oh shit, wrong way.
Yeah, wrong way.
Fuck. I'm coming.
It was great. So, Dave Grohl's like my favorite musician.
Nice. I don't really know much about him personally, but
he's just, I don't know. He's just been through a lot of shit in his life, and he's just a really, really positive guy. I say he's one of the good ones.
But you know,
yeah, it's that image. It's like if I ever find out that Dave Grohl did some bad shit, and it's the guy like crying while he's pointing the gun down. He's like in a suit and tie and shit. Yep. He's like, just like if I ever find out Dave Grohl did some bad shit.
Yup, that's how I feel about Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
If I ever find out Danny DeVito did some bad shit, I'm gonna be that guy.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. Jenny found like an Animal Crossing painting of Danny DeVito. And we used it as our town flag.
Yeah.
And I used it for like all of my bedspreads and shit like that in the game.
Oh fuck.
I had like my basement was a trash basement, just filled with like trash and like random pots of food and shit like that. And like I had gone the trash floor that crunches when you walk over it.
Oh my god.
And I had a giant bedspread with Danny DeVito and like a toilet surrounded by like candles and like a wrestling ring for the trash man.
One of these days
I went all out for my trash basement.
One of these days we'll watch it. One of these days. When you finally decide what episodes we need to watch.
LOL. Well, we need to go through the memes first. Yeah, I actually went through my Hulu and like picked out all the really good episodes. The problem is the list is still like 40 long.
Are they all an hour long each or 30 minutes?
23 minutes.
Oh, well, see, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's really not that bad to get through. So.
Yeah, that's like...
We can watch like 5 episodes at a time in my 2-hour blocks.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking I usually consider one season of anime. Anemones. Who needs fronds when you have anemones?
These.
Who needs anemones when you have fronds like these?
Who needs frogs when you have anemones?
You can drive stick, right? Only if there's a manual. Sorry. It's an Archer joke. Yeah, I usually consider a season of anime about like 4 hours.
Yeah, fair.
But so what's news in Jinx's world?
Nothing much really.
Nothing much.
We bought Jenny some back to school clothing. Found 7 pairs of underwear for $25, which is great because Jenny's lacking underwear until now.
Very, very good. Very cool. Very good, Jinx.
I also now have to wear underwear at work.
And as
mostly
we all know,
because
Jinx is a commando kind of guy.
I am a commando kind of guy.
Boxers or briefs? Commando. That's Jinx.
Boxes of briefs. No. But I now have to wear them at
Mustache
work.
on or off? Off, please. Too bad.
But I have to wear them at work because over quarantine I got thicker, which means I now have thick thigh problems, and like I chafe super bad without underwear after a shift. Like so bad I had like welts on my leg after one shift.
Yeah.
So now I own underwear.
Thick girl problems.
Thick girl problems.
Oh well. Speaking of
As
you
much
being
as
back
I
to work,
miss the freedom.
yeah. Speaking of you back to work, freedom. Freedom isn't free, Jinx. Speaking of you going back to work, I was talking about it earlier. It's like the best part about you going back to work for me
Yeah.
is that you're just such a happier person to talk to.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
It's really like I just really enjoy talking to you just because
Aw.
he's just in such a good mood lately.
My mood is improved. I also just started a new medication. It's a non-stimulant ADHD medication. It feels like it's been helping a bit, but I have been dealing with some like nausea and lightheadedness.
Oh no.
But each day it's getting slightly better, so it's probably just like early medication adaptation stuff. Which is pretty common with medications. It has been making me stim a lot more though.
Stim.
Yeah, stimming. It's like a thing that neurodivergent people do where, you know, they like play with their hands or like scratch their body or things like that. Play with their hair.
Is that
Like
what's-
that compulsive that compulsive need to like, you know, physically do something and fidget like that in specific ways.
I always called those like ticks or something.
They are technically ticks as well, but it's called stimming as well.
I mean, my terminology comes from when I was on like fucking Ritalin and shit when I was
Right,
a child.
right.
So, you know,
Right.
they might have new names for things by now.
Yeah. I don't know what the specific difference in terminology is between like stimming and ticking and ticks. I just know it as stimming. Because it's, you know, about getting that little bit of stimulation and having the urge for that little bit of stimulation.
Huh.
But yeah, I have been stimming a lot more lately, but I hope that also wears off over time. We'll see. We will see.
I do want to say though that your joy is not a prerequisite to me enjoying talking to you, and if for any reason you are like not happy, that doesn't mean that I still don't want to talk
appreciate
to you. So I don't want you to be like, oh well now Tuner likes me when I'm happy, so I have to be happy now because I feel like that.
LOL. I appreciate you clarifying.
Well, I mean, like, it feels like that can be a thing, you know, where you're just like,
No,
oh,
it's definitely can be. Yeah.
I definitely feel that
It's
way. I feel that way on stream, where it's like I feel like people expect me to be happy, and when I'm not,
Yeah.
I feel like I need to be happy, and then that pressure to be happy can create like issues. Where
I agree. I'm glad you clarified. I mean, I did a similar thing recently because one of my coworkers, who's like just weird enough, I get along really well with her and have a lot of chemistry. But she struggles a lot with her depression, and I like actively clarified with her that like, hey, if you ever need someone to talk to, like, I'm happy to listen.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So
Yeah.
I was
get it.
thinking like that might be a weird thing to say, but I just wanted you know it doesn't matter.
It's important. That's just good communication. It's important to communicate these kinds of things so that there isn't doubt about them. Even if you assume something is like a no-brainer or is like, you know, assumed to be true, outright stating it is good communication.
Yeah.
You know, it's the difference between like assumed consent and like active consent.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's good to clarify these things.
Okay. Cool. News for me, I guess. Unless you got something else.
No, not really. I'm on a new medication. I'm enjoying work. Jenny's going back to school in like 2.5 weeks or so.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, she's she's working towards a master's in clinical mental health counseling. Basically, the I'm a therapist masters. That's really about it. I bought some cool new shirts off of
some new shorts.
some new shirts.
I was gonna say Jinx doesn't wear shorts. Who the fuck are you?
Nope.
Jinx
I bought some cool
black
design
pants
shirts
only.
for work. Pretty much. I got a pair of gray pants now.
Ooh.
I wear it sometimes. A pair, singular.
A pair of gray.
A pair.
You can have it in any color you want, as long as it's black.
Black.
No, well, news for me. My car was in the shop this week. Finally getting it repaired from that accident I was in a month ago.
Yeah.
So, cool. While they were there, they're fixing the windshield, which has been broken for fucking like 5 years. I've had a crack all the way through, like all the way from one end to the other.
Ooh. Yeah.
But I just have never repaired it.
Ooh,
You know,
gotcha.
fucking 5 years. So that's cool. Yeah, they were like, hey, since we're already here, there's some like other damage. We're gonna have to tear apart your door anyways. Like, we could repair this other damage for like less than we were going to quote you for it earlier, because we already have to tear apart the door. So, you know, one more. The labor cost is going to be reduced. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. It's like going to be $700 to fix my windshield and this other part of my door that got damaged from like 2 fucking accidents ago. People need to stop hitting my car.
LOL.
Those shit's ridiculous, dude. Like, how have I been hit 3 times in the same fucking area by people just reversing in parking lots and not looking where the fuck they're going? I mean, just...
LOL. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, like, Jesus Christ. But, and
if
then...
that happened to me, I would just avoid that area like the plague.
Oh, it's been 3 different fucking towns, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well.
Just bad people, or just people being bad at driving, I guess.
Yeah, people just being bad at driving. But, and then other than that, some update on my guitar. I know I was talking about, like, converting it to a Nashville Telecaster, which, I mean, I know to you that means nothing, but basically adding another pickup. But I told you how my guitar tech, contracted fucking Ramsey Hunt syndrome. Like, he got, like, really sick at the guitar show. Like, I don't know, and it turned into fucking, what was it? Bacterial meningitis. It was like meningitis, then it turned into bacterial meningitis, and then it turned into some other crap, and eventually it settled into Ramsey Hunt syndrome, and he fucking was paralyzed on the right side of his face.
Oof.
And he, so, like, we were trying to get some, my guitar tech was trying to work with this guy to get him some pickups made for me, and then this happened, and so some good news for him, for anybody who cared about that or was paying attention. He worked for an hour or 2 a couple days ago and made a pickup set, so he's slowly getting better as far as like his hands go, but apparently he's still paralyzed on the right side of his face, so that hasn't changed at all. But
Oof.
yeah, so that's my news. That's my news for the day.
That's your weekly tuner update.
Other than that,
Oh god, I'm stuck. Oh god, I'm stuck.
There's a lizard here in the air. Flying lizard. Well, I know you need to get ready for work, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can still chill for like another 10 minutes if you want to keep chatting about stuff.
Oh, okay.
Since I already ate, so like, I mean, part of the reason I start getting ready for work at 2 is I gotta iron my shit and I gotta eat before work.
Oh, yeah.
And like get myself prepped up, but since I already ate, that like cuts of like 10-15 minutes off my prep time.
What'd you eat?
The char siu and the beef chong fun my mom brought over.
Oh my god, I want char.
When she came to visit.
I
Oh shit. Wait, what?
Oh man.
Huh. I've never seen that happen before.
What'd you do?
I somehow managed to like dash off an edge. I like fell off the edge at the end of my dash. Never seen that happen before. I can't repeat it. God damn it. God damn it. No new tech. That changes everything.
I mean, how would that change anything anyways?
It makes traversal a lot easier.
Oh.
If there was a way to consistently like jump off of ledges with the little boost after your dash is over. Like after the dash is over, you can fall off an edge, but I like yeeted off the edge earlier. Probably just a latency thing.
Oh.
Sag.
I'm not gonna lie. I half expected for me to do it the first time or something.
Yeah,
and then you're just
same.
going, God damn it, Tuner. Oh fuck. But
History repeats.
So wait, so just kind of touching back on that Back for Blood thing. Since Danny said he's on
Yeah.
vacation, I mean, what does that change anything for you or?
I mean, like, we could theoretically do a little bit on like a week, on like tonight or tomorrow night after I get back from work, but it'd be kind of late.
Okay. I mean, cause like, it's basically on you then, cause I can just wake up whenever. If you need me to wake up at 7 a.m., I'll just let me know and I'll do it. But
Yeah.
because I'd like to stream it. I think it'd be a fun thing to stream.
Yeah. I mean, we can do like maybe 2 hours tomorrow
Okay.
around the same time, like start at noon, do 2 hours.
2
Then
hours
I
at
leave for
noon.
work.
Okay.
Yeah. I could probably just download the game tonight, so we can just hop right into it.
Okay.
Adjust my sensitivity correctly because I'm one of those fuckers.
This will definitely not be on YouTube by then. So I was gonna say if you guys
LOL.
want to check it out, you can tune in this time. But no, that's this.
Yeah, no, this definitely will not be on YouTube by then.
Yeah, this. Yeah. So sorry, YouTube frogs.
Yep.
Get fucked, I guess. Oh, dude, there was this really sick video of like Ayaka and Kaching
Yeah.
fighting together. And it was like Ayaka dashing when she does her dash attack, it knocks people up. So when you like, do your combo and then you do your dash forward, you're like, oh my Momo shit. It knocks people up, and then fucking like Kaching would go in through and like do her combo, keep them suspended in the air.
Oh, it's a juggle?
Yeah, and then she dashed through, and then they swapped to Ayaka and like fucking E'd while they were in the air, and so it knocked them back up into the air. It was just fucking nuts, dude.
Nice. Fun little combos.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate those kind of cool tech combos aren't like optimal in Genshin, you know?
Yeah.
Like that kind of a team and that kind of a rotation isn't optimal, but they look so cool.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point when like Freeze does the exact same thing and then you get more damage?
Yeah, and you get 40% crit rates.
Yeah. Like, oh well.
Yep.
And then, you can't fucking do it on anybody bigger than a regular Hilichurl anyways.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, my Ayaka's gone to the point now where with like my good set, but not my best set on her, with like a Mona ult and Bennett ult setup, she's hitting about 15k per tick. So that's about 300k or so per ult, which is really good.
Nice.
But like, it requires the setup is weird to get used to. Like, the current rotation I'm kind of messing around with it for is, like, Bennett ult into Ganyu E ult, into Mona ult, and Mona ult E, and then Ayaka dash into ult, into E afterwards, and then a few charge attacks. Although I'm honestly not sure if a few charge attacks is worth it. It's probably not worth it compared to switching to Ganyu and just charge shotting, but, you know. It's fun seeing, like, 7Ks pop up with this.
Can I say something real quick about Ayaka's design? Stop moving real quick. She's got this stupid fucking, like, snowflake on her bow. And it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why. So she's got, like, 3 design motifs. She's got the flower.
Yeah.
She's got her family crest. And then she's got this stupid fucking snowflake. And
Where?
it's just, there's too many design motifs.
Wait, the snowflake? Where?
On her ribbon on her back. And then there's also one like
Oh, the snowflake's her vision.
on the front of her skirt. I know it's.
Oh, you mean on the actual bow itself? There's the
Yes.
snowflake.
Yeah,
Oh,
on the
sorry.
bow itself
Okay,
and
yeah.
on the front of the skirt, there's a snowflake.
Yeah.
And then on the side of her armor, like on her armor pieces, there's the family crest. And then on her sleeves and on her necklace, there's this flower. And it's just, there's too many designs. Too many designs.
I was about to say, I feel like she has the opposite problem to Hu Tao, where I feel she's a bit over-designed. She's got too much going on her outfit.
Yeah, there's too many things going on. And if I were the devs, I would like remove I'd remove this crisscross pattern, which doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
It's like it breaks the flow of her outfit, I think. And I'd remove the cryo sign. And like that's not even what the cryo logo looks like. So, or I guess maybe it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it's a different insignia than the cryo logo anyways.
Yep.
So
the cryo logo doesn't have the feathering.
Yeah, so I don't know why they did it.
Yeah, honestly, if they remove that, like, I like the asymmetry of her skirt, but like just the little black wave is like enough asymmetry on its own. You really don't need the random stripe of the pattern design.
Yeah, and then also, why does Ayaka have boob plate jiggle? Can we fix that, miHoYo? God damn it.
It's because it's made out of flexible Tataragami steel.
Okay, I want to die.
It's made of the same flexible steel they put in the core of their katanas.
I want to die. That's another discussion for another day. How katanas are actually really shitty swords. Good thing this is at the end of the podcast and nobody's actually gonna listen because I might actually get burned. But katanas are actually fucking shitty swords.
The reason why they had to develop such like weird and interesting sword making techniques is because their steel quality is shit.
Yeah, because there's basically like no tin in Japan, so they couldn't make fucking like good steel.
They couldn't make properly carbon reinforced steel. So yeah, Tamahagane is not good quality steel. It's barely short of it's barely better than pig iron.
Fucking get mad, weebs. Your swords are trash.
There's a reason why, like, Western swords could just be hunks of sharpened steel. It's because they have good quality steel.
Yeah. Alright, well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it was a little bit late on this one. We were going to do it yesterday, but we just had some miscommunication. Both sides.
It happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
But appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy them. They've still been doing good. I thought the novelty was gonna wear out, and eventually they just get like people were gonna get wise to it and just be like, oh, okay, well they're not actually videos, and then they still consistently stay at around
25K, which is good.
Yeah. So awesome. Thank you guys very much for the support. It puts a little bit of pocket money, little walking around money.
Little cash monies.
No cash monies. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out when my car is getting ready, so I'm actually gonna end stream to
Oh, cool.
I think it's gonna be sometime in the afternoon, they said. So.
Okay, so I guess tomorrow we'll be doing a Back 4 Blood stream.
Yeah, for the stream people. Back 4 Blood tomorrow, about the same time we just did. It's the new Left 4 Dead 3 type thing for the YouTube guys. I guess if you're watching this, leave a comment. We could try to condense it down into a video if you want. I pay somebody to do.
I mean, it's gonna be a 2-hour VOD anyway. We could also just like fucking put up a 2-hour VOD of us playing it.
Yeah. So, let us know what you want. If there's any particular. Jinx just literally pinging off the walls right now.
I'm out of stamina.
So yeah. So just let us know what you think. But if you weren't following me anyways, like what the fuck? Did you know only 10% of our viewers are subscribed?
LOL.
People get so mad at that, but like, I mean, really, like, if you don't say it, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I'm glad that some of you have such like good income that you don't care if people are subscribed or not, but like, you know, it does help. Like, you know? Like, I saw a content creator was like, if you say this, like, I'm like, your channel has like fucking 800,000 people subscribed to it. Like, you don't get to be that way. You know, some people
LOL.
don't have that many people sub to them. Like, get over it. Like, fuck, Jesus. Whatever.
That's the unfortunate reality of YouTube too, is that like, I mean, it happens to me too. I'll be watching videos and then forget to like them because they didn't save like the video.
Oh,
I'll forget to like them when I'm watching them on the playlist, you know?
I basically never like videos just because I don't know. I just don't. You know, if I look at my liked videos on my thing, I have 67 liked videos on my YouTube account that I've had for actually, probably 14 years. I've had it since like before YouTube was really a big thing. So I don't know.
So many snowflakes. Oh, I just noticed the snowflakes that come off of my dash are the same feathered snowflakes on her dress.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's just weird, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. But.
Shrug.
All right, man. We'll go have a fun day at work. Appreciate everybody for watching. Hope you all have a good day,
Thanks, everyone,
too.
for watching.
Have a good day. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.